everybody, this is the first video in the Just for Parents section of our YouTube channel. This one is all about working at home with preschoolers. This is not something that I pretend to be an expert about, but at different times over the past several years, our family has had some parents working remotely. So we do have some tips and tricks to share with you that we hope you will find helpful. So first of all, let's get real. No one's expecting you to homeschool your child right now. I heard someone refer to this as crisis schooling, and I think that that's a much more appropriate term than homeschool right now. It's okay for your kids to be bored during this time. You don't have to worry that your job is to teach and entertain your child during all of their waking hours. In fact, letting them be bored is really, really great for creativity and for independence, and is actually really empowering. We of course recommend that you follow all CDC guidelines. I know at our house, the 1 for screen time has been thrown out the window a little bit, to be honest, and that's okay too, because we are trying to give ourselves grace and give our children grace and do the things that we need to do to get through this very strange time in our lives. So, from my experience, there are 3 things that will really help with trying to get work done while you have a preschooler around. So the first is to make a visual schedule. We see visual schedules used mostly for children with special needs, but they're actually really, really helpful for all children of many different ages. Our second tip is to add in a special time a couple of times a day. For our family, this has been a total game changer. And then tip number 3 is some different ways to set children up for success using visual cues. Okay, so first, there are 3 main types of visual schedules. The one you see most commonly is an icon schedule using icons or clip art that's printed from the computer. If you Google Boardmaker or Lesson Picks, there are a million different choices. There are things on Pinterest you can just download pre-made ones. That's the easiest way to go about it. The way that we generally recommend is to use photographs so that the things on your schedule are more personal and more meaningful for children. Lastly, if your child is pre-verbal or nonverbal or has difficulty understanding like graphic representations of things, you may use an object schedule. So this could be something like handing your child a bowl and a spoon to let them know that it's time to come to the table for breakfast. And then that bowl and that spoon get connected to that transition and to that next activity. No matter what you are doing format-wise, we recommend using 2 to 4, 2 to 6 pictures or objects at a time. The younger your child, and depending on their needs, they may just do 2 at a time. And then maybe up to 6 different activities or places, transitions in your schedule, and then going back and adding some more, or taking the original ones off, adding some different ones. And then thinking about ways that you can make your schedule able to be manipulated by children. So if there's something you can take on and off, doors, windows that you can open and shut, things that can be moved around. Okay, so this is all about special time. It's also called want nothing time. So for this, you limit it to 1 child, 1 parent at a time. It's really difficult to do with more than 1 child at a time because you can't give them that full attention that they need and they crave. We try to do it 3 times a day at least for about 15 minutes. That's totally up to you. We always set a timer so that there's a clear beginning and end, and so that when the timer goes off, it's the timer saying that it's time to be done. It's not us saying that it's time to be done, and that's a lot easier for kids to understand and accept because our special time is over. There are special rules for special time, so it is totally child-led. Anything your child wants to do, as long as it's safe, is something that you do during special time. They control the play. They decide what character you're going to be, how you're going to dress up. They'll tell you the things they want you to say, and how to play with them. So you're not making play suggestions at this point. You're just basically a parent-sized prop for them. And your whole goal is to spend time and be in the company of your child during that time. So we don't use it as a reward. We don't take it away if a child's misbehaving. In fact, if a child's misbehaving, that's probably a sign that they need some more special time with you. So lastly, we want to talk about how to set children up for success. So at our house, we have stop and go signs. I have it on the back of my laptop so that my kids know when it's okay to approach and when it's not. It works about 70% of the time. I'm working at the dining room table now, so it's a little trickier. I don't have a door to close. Right now at this moment, my family is in the swimming pool, and so I put the stop sign up on our back door so that no one will come in and interrupt this video. So it's useful for husbands as well. We also suggest investing time in teaching new routines. So if you're going to do the visual schedule, start it in the evening, start it on a weekend so that you can teach the kids how to use it, and you can practice it and be successful before you're using it for real, trying to get work done so that it doesn't lead to frustration. Lastly, you probably already know this, but having snacks, game changer. Have them in your fridge, in your pantry, pre-portioned, pre-cut, ready to go, because then your kiddos are not interrupting something important to ask for a snack 57,000 times. And it's really empowering and helps teach them independence and taking care of their own needs. So finally, I want to leave you with the words from Fred Rogers that we think are really, really important during this time. Please know that if you have any questions, if you need anything related to your children, your family, your own well-being, your health, that we are here for you, and we want you to reach out, and we want to be able to help you. If you have ideas for other parent videos that you'd like to see, or other areas of interest that your children have expressed interest in that you'd like us to explore, please shoot us an email and we will get right on that. Okay, thanks. See you soon.